All right, welcome back. Just kidding. We haven't started yet because this is brand new, and we're excited. We're doing a new podcast.
So excited.
Here at the CEC, and our first official guest is going to be School Board Vice President Michelle Baugh.
Hello.
And then we've got Running Sound Rachel Hoffman.
Yay.
And today, basically, Michelle Baugh is going to go over our school board agenda for our Thursday night school board meeting, and I'm just going to let her take over.
And because he didn't introduce himself, this is the tech guru, Brian Fries, who also helped Rachel create this beautiful tech room. It's amazing. This is just great quality work. So thank you to both of you. This is amazing.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All right. So after that great introduction, we're going to go right into the agenda that Brian talked about. We do have a school board meeting this Thursday at 6:30 here at the Central Education Center. So I'm just going to go through and we're going to talk about what's getting ready to happen. So we're going to first start off with the consent agenda. On the consent agenda, of course, we do this every time, and it's the certified hires, the non-certified hires, non-certified retirements, resignations, terminations, transfers, substitute hires, leaves, ECA and athletic hires, ECA and athletic resignations, and we're going to also have a new position request, which is a director of business affairs for finance and human resources. So that'll be the first thing up for an agenda for approval. Second will be field trips and professional travel. So we got just a couple of trips going on this time. It's Mrs. Deb Schoolcraft is requesting permission to take the AP Physics class and the Science Club to Kings Island on Education Day. Yay. And the second field trip we have is with Mrs. Carrie Randall and Miss Shay Rafferty requesting permission to take a group of freshmen to the Illinois Holocaust Museum in Skokie, Illinois, and the Navy Pier in Chicago. Sounds like a great time. Next up will be a report from Dr. Jay Arthur. He'll be giving us two reports for this month. One is the 2% teacher retirement fund cost. He's going to go over that. This is some changes in the teacher retirement and the effect on the school system. And the second, he's going to be discussing human dignity policy consideration. And simply what this is going to be is how to get community awareness out about how awesome our education system is. So he'll help define all that at Thursday's meeting. And then we're going to go into other business. First up is requests to accept the following donations and sponsorships. And we have many people stepping up and donating, and we so appreciate that in all of our schools. So thank you so much for everyone who has donated.
That's fantastic.
It is. It's awesome. This community really steps up. So this is great. Second, request to approve a grant from AT&T. And this is going to our Martinsville High School Pride program, which is phenomenal. Mr. Dearlove is in charge of this, and you will see these guys at graduation wearing the white Pride collar when they cross the stage. And it's just a great program helping our students, no matter if it's college or going in straight to a career. It gives them the soft skills they need to just really rock it out there in the work field. So it's a great program. What this money is going to go for is it's going to be kind of divided. So 5,000 of it is going into the robotics program. Love robotics. If you get a chance to see a robotics competition, it's awesome. 7,000 is going into an aquaponics system. They have that out there at Brooklyn, and it too is also a really neat thing to see. And then the rest is going into the Pride projects that Mr. Dearlove will help manage and produce. So that is a great program, and that's great for AT&T to step up and give us that grant. Next up is a request to approve the disposal of surplus items. It's going to be an auction coming up this fall, and Phil Deckard and Associates will be running that auction. Next is request to approve for the 2019-2020 Martinsville High School Athletic Worker Pay Scale. This is your ticket takers, everyone who works at the games, the concession stand. This is just all ECA workers and their pay. Next up, request permission to approve the ECA year-end report for 2018, 2019, and the ECA risk report for 2018 and 2019. This is just an accountability piece on the ECA part. Next up, request permission to approve Resolution 427 to transfer amounts from Education Fund to the Operations Fund. So this is a new process that we do now. We used to have silos. Now that we have two funds, education and operations. So we're just taking some of the money from education into operations so we can have lights and heat and all the good stuff it takes.
That sounds important.
To run a building. Yes, it does. Next up, request permission to approve Resolution 428 for emergency allocation not to exceed $165,000 to update the auditorium lighting at the Martinsville High School. So we had already approved to get the auditorium updated. I'm so excited about this. This has been needed. While they were doing some of the upgrades, some new things came up. So that's not surprising. There's just some new things, and that's what this money is going to go for, is to help fix some things that they've found. Next up, request permission to approve Resolution 429 for emergency allocation not to exceed $19,800 to install a fence at Brooklyn STEM Academy. So again, sometimes things come up. There is a fence behind Brooklyn, if anyone's been there, that divides the playground from the White River. So there is some damage to this fence. So for safety, we have to update the fence at Brooklyn because it is the White River and it's close to the playground. So we're just updating some pieces to that fence. It's not a complete new fence. It's just some upgrade to that for safety. So next up, request to adopt the 2020 bus replacement plan resolution. So you're going to hear that word resolution. What that means is a lot of these have already been approved. So then to be able to spend the money, you have to put it in a resolution so that they're then allowed to spend the money for what we previously approved. Next, request to adopt the 2020 Capital Projects Plan Resolution. Again, this was pre-approved. This is all the projects that you're seeing with the auditorium and roofing issues and all the new construction you see. We've already approved it. This is the resolution to be able to actually spend the money. So. Next up, and our last motion that will be up will be the request to adopt the resolution for appropriations and tax rate, including the 2020 budget. We just got done with a meeting on the budget where we went over all of the budget and what we were spending and where Morgan County sat, and our tax rates are going to just stay the same. And again,
sounds good.
I need to note that we have one of the lowest tax rates in the county. So congratulations to Martinsville. So we are using your tax dollars, I believe, very wisely and doing great things. So that's where we are with that. Next, we will go into something new that we're doing is the superintendent's report. So Dr. Arthur will be highlighting some great things that didn't get maybe onto the agenda in time, and he's just going to go over some things just some great talking points that he wants to go over. We'll do the board comments after that, and then we're going to make a motion to adjourn. And then our next meeting will be 6:30, October 24th, here at the Central Education Center. So I'm so excited to be here in our new facility in the tech room under direction of Brian and Rachel. They have done an awesome job. Again, thank you guys so much for all your hard work. This is amazing. This is just amazing.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Sounds like this meeting's a lot of really great information, a lot of important items on this one coming up.
There is. They're all important because we pay everybody. We got to approve to pay everybody every month. So
Hear, hear.
very
sounds
important.
like a plan.
But no, it's exciting. Yes, it's chocked full this month. There's lots of great things still happening in the building, out of the building. So it's awesome to be an Artesian.
You know, being there at the meetings now regularly, there's some new things, new format, new changes. I will say they're actually really great, really informative information, especially getting that report from Dr. Arthur at the end. It answers a lot of questions that the community has. It also kind of gives a lot more information than we were normally getting, which I think is fantastic because, you know, sometimes people leave with questions or wanting more information, and the information that he's able to provide, I think, takes care of a lot of that.
It does. And because of these two wonderful people sitting here with me, if you get a chance and you want to see the school board meeting in action, they record our meetings for us. So you can go to the MSD of Martinsville website. You're going to click on school board, and underneath the school board tab, you're going to see the dates. You're going to see the date for the preview, which this is, and then they put the date with school board meeting. You can click on it and watch it. And so thank you for doing that, and thank you for recording it, because if you can't make it, there you go. If you can make it, that's awesome too.